It's always been thought that sponsorship would leave the police open to allegations over agreements with individual firms. But now Martin Underwood, Dorset's Crime Commissioner, has revealed he's in discussions with a potential sponsor who's keen to do a deal involving all of the police forces in the West. Police forces are allowed to raise 1% of their budget through sponsorship. That would mean £1 million for Dorset and Wiltshire and around £3 million for the Avon and Somerset force.
It's got to be proportionate, and it's got to make sure that the public feel that very comfortable with a sponsorship. So sponsorship for a one-off deal may be acceptable, but obviously what is not acceptable is sponsorship of a uniform.
Branding specialist Steve Fuller says the police lends itself to sponsorship if safeguards are built into any agreements.
I think with any sponsorship there's a challenge, there's always the threat that it might go wrong. I think the key here is about intention. If the intention of the sponsor and the intention of the force is a good one, which is about safer neighbourhoods, which we all want, then I think you have to embrace that and also recognise there are very strict guidelines around who can sponsor.
But not everyone is supporting the idea of the widespread sponsorship of the police force. Here in Wiltshire, the Crime Commissioner certainly isn't backing the idea.
Well, there's always with sponsorship a feeling that it's a two-way traffic. If you sponsor something, you generally tend to want something back, and I think the public would want to see total independence of their police force.
The Police Federation across the West also has severe doubts about sponsorship and claims it's privatisation through the back door.
We have to protect the integrity of the police service and the independence of the police service. My personal opinion, and the belief of quite a few of the Federation representatives around the country, is that if we go down private sponsorship, you start looking at the thin end of the wedge and privatisation of the police service. It cannot be right. We have to look towards keeping that integrity. We are independent of any private companies.
As yet, no firm decision has been made by any of the forces. Steve Brodie, BBC Points West.